Sorry, sir, you can't leave yet.
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are.
For what? For what probable cause?
Not arrested or anything. We're just trying to figure some stuff out right now.
Okay.
We just had a description, that matched your description.
It matched my description.
Yeah.
And what was that? A black guy?
Male black wearing dark clothes.
Wearing dark clothes?
Do you have an ID on you real quick?
No.
No, I have no idea.
What's your name?
Calvin.
Calvin what?
Calvin. I just go by Calvin.
What's your last name?
Calvin.
Do you have an ID, any type of identification on you?
Am I being
You're being
detained.
detained, so you...
am I being accused of a crime?
How you doing?
You're on your way home from work, yet simply matching a vague description of a black guy wearing dark clothes gets you stopped near the Newman Church parking lot. At this moment, the officer confirms Calvin is detained, but provides a highly ambiguous basis for the suspicion. Did the police have sufficient legal cause to hold him, or did his ID refusal push the encounter past acceptable legal limits? Join ID Refusal 101 as we analyze how Calvin defends his rights against immediate detainment in this high-stakes scenario. Thank you to the original channel for providing this valuable content. Make sure to follow the original channel to watch the full interaction. Welcome to ID Refusal 101. We're here to arm you with legal knowledge to protect yourself. Subscribe now to know your rights and how to assert them. And now, enjoy the video.
By the Newman Church, the parking lot?
No.
Were you arguing with someone tonight?
Nope.
So where are you coming from, you said?
Work.
And you don't know where work is?
I know what work is, but I just started.
You chop wood, but where do you work?
I work on Oak Street.
On 4th Street?
Oak
Street.
and 10th.
Okay, so you didn't see any fights, any arguing? No.
Nope. I just got off and I walked home.
You've been by yourself all this time?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir, you can't leave yet.
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are.
For what? For what probable cause?
Not arrested or anything. We're just trying to figure some stuff out right now.
Okay.
We just had a description, that matched your description.
It matched my description.
Yeah.
And what was that? A black guy?
Male black wearing dark clothes.
Wearing dark clothes?
Do you have an ID on you real quick?
No.
No, I have no idea.
What's your name?
Calvin.
Calvin what?
Calvin. I just go by Calvin.
What's your last name?
Calvin.
Do you have an ID, any type of identification on you?
Am I being
You're being
You're
detained, so
detained.
you...
am I being accused of a crime?
How you doing?
The scene opens at the Newman Church parking lot with an officer questioning Calvin about an argument. Calvin affirms he just got off work, but the officer presses on his work details, fueling suspicion. When the officer prevents Calvin from leaving and confirms, "You can't leave yet, am I being detained?" Yeah. This transforms a voluntary encounter into a Fourth Amendment detainment. The officer's stated basis is the vague description, black wearing dark clothes. This is a weak foundation that may fail the reasonable suspicion standard required for a lawful detention. Calvin's subsequent ID refusal is his right. He has not been accused of a crime, and the officer has failed to establish a clear nexus between Calvin and a specific crime beyond a generalized description. Legally, Calvin is not obligated to provide identification if he is not reasonably suspected of committing a crime. The officer is arguably overstepping their bounds. This segment perfectly illustrates the power dynamic during ID refusal and the citizen's right to remain silent and un-ID'd.
How you doing?
I'm good. Were you down at the church here at some sort of argument?
The third time, no.
Well, I wasn't here for the first or the second time, so it's first time for you.
Well, I'm letting you know that's the third time I was asked that.
Okay. All right. Do you have your ID on you?
Nope.
No ID?
Calvin, just Calvin.
Am I being?
Oh, just Calvin.
Yes, you are detained.
Yes,
You're
you're
not free to
detained.
leave.
That's
But am
like
I
the fifth
being?
time I heard
Is
that.
it? Am I being?
We were just told that someone was walking down this direction, and you're the only person who's walking down this direction, who just witnessed an argument of some type. So we're just investigating what's going on.
Okay. I'll let you guys know that I just came from work.
Yes, but you didn't know it took you about 20 minutes to name where you
To
worked
think
at.
where you were working at.
Well, I just said I just came from work,
We just
so
want to know if you were involved in an argument in that church parking lot because somebody called in that there were two people. Don't show in my eyes.
Having confirmed a detainment, the officer moves to the central legal pressure point at 144. Do you have your ID on you? Calvin's firm response, "No," solidifies his ID refusal stance. The officer attempts to bolster his weak legal basis for the stop by claiming Calvin is the only person walking in the area, matching the description of someone who either witnessed or was involved in the dispute. Crucially, a detention requires reasonable suspicion that the person has committed, is committing, or is about to commit a crime, not merely being the only person present. The officer is employing tactics to discredit Calvin's alibi by questioning the time it took him to name his workplace. Legally, demanding ID after refusal is only justified if police have probable cause for arrest or under specific stop and identify laws, and the current basis is merely a citizen call about two people arguing. Calvin's ID refusal is a principal defense of his Fourth Amendment rights against what appears to be an unfounded official act.
Okay, I need to see your badge and your
Same
name.
6, just turn the light off.
Okay, I'm gonna just stand back some then. Because I just said I just came from work.
Yeah. Were you in the church parking lot in an argument with somebody?
No,
No? Not at all.
not at all.
All right. Well, I'm going to see if the witness that called that in is still around.
Okay.
If they are, I'll have them come up here. All
Okay,
right?
I still have my glasses, my time card.
Can't see what it says. Identification badge.
Time card?
From work, you mean?
Yes.
And you weren't in a silver Prius with anybody else down in that church parking lot?
If I was in the Silver Prius, why would I be walking out?
Maybe you got in an argument with them and got out of the car. I don't know. I wasn't there. That's when we
I wasn't
show
there
up-
either, so
When we show up, we gotta ask questions.
I wasn't
don't
there either,
know-
so
I don't know the
I don't
answers
know.
to these
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
If I knew the answers, I wouldn't have to ask all the questions. If I knew you weren't involved, I wouldn't have to ask you if you were involved, right?
Well, I just said I wasn't involved.
Huh?
I just said I wasn't involved. I just came from work.
I know, but I don't know that, so I gotta ask you this stuff.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
I just answered the questions that you asked me.
Believe it or not,
I
people
mean-
lie to us sometimes.
Well,
That
you-
might shock you.
You guys lie too. So
We do. Oh yeah. So let me figure out what's going on.
Despite his earlier ID refusal, Calvin pivots to self-defense by producing exculpatory evidence. He presents his time card to substantiate his claim of having just finished work. This move demonstrates the fine line between asserting rights and providing information to end the encounter. The officer, however, continues to press, introducing a new theory about Calvin possibly having driven a silver Prius and exiting after an argument. The situation devolves into a direct debate on credibility. The officer justifies his persistent questioning by stating, "People lie to us sometimes." Calvin, undeterred, fires back immediately, "You guys lie too." This bold assertion highlights the prevalent distrust between the public and police, especially in unwarranted detentions. In a reasonable suspicion detention, Calvin's voluntary presentation of evidence does not nullify his right to ID refusal. He is strategically using non-identifying evidence to challenge the basis of the stop and force the officer to conclude the interaction without infringing further on his rights.
If we don't need you anymore, we'll get you on your way.
I'm kind of late for dinner, so
We're gonna have the initial witness come and tell us if he was the one for us.
did they say he had a blue hat with
They just said he
Glasses
was
on,
walking
yes.
northbound on the sidewalk on Normal Road,
dark clothes?
and that's you. You're the only one
And
walking
that's
northbound on
the
Normal
only
Road.
description they can give. There was a black male with dark clothes, no hat, no book bag on. I mean, any type of specifics?
I don't know. the
Not
specifics.
specifically saying that he had a book bag on or.
No, they didn't like the name, the logo
gray.
of your hat. They didn't know the kind of shoes you had. Nothing.
Well, then who is they actually looking for then?
Here's the thing, man. Shouldn't be too much longer, okay? What we're doing, the person that called it in,
Okay.
we're just gonna have them stop by real quick, see if they recognize you as one of the people that was involved. If not, we'll probably be all good, okay, man? So, if there's just a verbal argument, it's cool, man. We just gotta look into it and make sure that nothing happened. But that's essentially the reason that we're talking to you right now, okay, is what ends.
Having failed to substantiate their suspicion, the officer announces the next step, bringing the initial witness to identify Calvin. This sets the stage for Calvin's most potent legal challenge, where he directly attacks the foundation of his detention. He grills the officer about the initial suspect description, pointing out that it amounted to little more than a black male with dark clothes, lacking any specific details like a hat, book bag, or shoes. Calvin drives home the core constitutional question. Well, then who are they actually looking for now? This line of reasoning highlights that the officer's reasonable suspicion is so vague and overbroad that it allows for the arbitrary detention of virtually anyone fitting a basic race and attire profile. By maintaining his ID refusal and actively challenging the legality of the stop, Calvin forces the officer to seek external corroboration. The encounter closes with the officer explaining they are only investigating a verbal argument, but Calvin's assertion of his ID refusal rights successfully shifted the burden of proof back to the police. Calvin's execution of his ID refusal right and his challenge to the grounds for the stop earns an A. The officer's conduct, relying on vague description and persistent questioning, merits a D. This video underscores the operation of the Fourth Amendment, specifically the reasonable suspicion standard required for a lawful detention. The right to ID refusal is preserved where no reasonable suspicion of criminal activity exists, protecting citizens from unreasonable searches and seizures. Remember, you have the right to remain silent and the right to ID refusal unless police can articulate a crime. Remain calm, record the interaction, and insistently ask, "Am I being detained? And for what crime?" Never provide identification or personal data simply because it is demanded. Is a vague description enough to strip you of your freedom? Follow ID Refusal 101 to learn more about your rights. We thank the original channel for sharing this vital interaction. Be sure to subscribe to see how others defend their rights. Knowing your rights isn't being difficult, it's being prepared. If this video helped you understand your legal rights, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment below, tell us your story, ask a question, or suggest the next encounter we should break down. This is ID Refusal 101, where we teach the basics of your right. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.